Edge managed to win the match and the belt moved to him after The Undertaker executed a tombstone on Batista and then received a chair kick from Edge, to prove Edge Batista. On 4 June in the SmackDown show, The Undertaker competed in the Beat the Clock competition. And this was the competition for the title of the first seed to play for the belt at Royal Rumble 08. The Undertaker match was against Mark Henry, and the match referee was Matt Stricker. The Undertaker and Batista in a Rey Mysterio match to help him win the competition, and Mysterio was able to defeat the owner of the belt himself, Edge. But Mysterio failed to grab the belt from Edge at the festival, The Undertaker's opponent in the main event match, and entered the number 1 in the match, but was removed from the wrestler he directed last year, Shawn Michaels. A month later at No Way Out 08, The Undertaker defeated Batista, Finlay, Great Khali, Big Daddy V and MVP at Elimination Chamber, to become the number 1 seed for the belt at WrestleMania 24. The Undertaker defeated Edge at WrestleMania to wrest the belt from him after Edge surrendered from the Hell's Gate move. The Undertaker maintains his perfect score at WrestleMania 16-0. In the rematch at Backlash 08, The Undertaker was able to win again. In SmackDown, Vickie Guerrero, the director of SmackDown, pulled the belt from The Undertaker and also attended him using a portal move, Hell claiming to hurt wrestlers. Undertaker's Edge once again wrestled at Backlash and he was able to beat him by counting. But he did not give the belt to The Undertaker because the belt does not move until after the match ends with pinning or surrender. The two faced each other again for the title at One Night Stand 08 in a TLC match, and one of the terms of the match set by Vickie Guerrero was that if The Undertaker loses, he will be expelled from the Federation, and The Undertaker loses the match after the intervention of La Familia. Return and Vengeance, 2008-2009. In the SmackDown show on 7/25, Vickie Guerrero announced that she had returned The Undertaker to the Union in order to take revenge on Edge after his betrayal. And a Hell in a Cell match had been scheduled between them at SummerSlam 08 festival. On 8/8, specifically at SummerSlam 08, the match was held between Edge and The Undertaker and The Undertaker won. After the match, The Undertaker made a fork slam move on Edge from the top of the ladder after he said to him, "You will go back to hell down," and the ring broke on Edge. The Undertaker then feuded against Big Show. Big Show defeated The Undertaker in No Mercy 08 after the referee decided that The Undertaker could not continue the match. And at Cyber Sunday of the same year, The Undertaker defeated Big Show in a last man match, standing after the Taker executed a Hell's Gate move, and then the two faced off at Survivor Series 08. The Undertaker defeated Big Show again in a coffin match. The Undertaker faced Big Show again at Royal Rumble 09 and the Taker kicked Big Show out of the match. But Big Show got angry and interfered against The Undertaker and got him out of the match. The Undertaker then participated in the Elimination Chamber match at No Way Out 09 and was one of the last wrestlers left in the ring, but Triple H pinned him and Triple H won the match. On Raw on 2 March 2009, Shawn Michaels faced off against Russian wrestler Vladimir Kozlov, and the winner of the match faced The Undertaker at WrestleMania 25. And Shawn Michaels won the match to face The Undertaker at the festival. Events took place between them in Raw and SmackDown shows. And the match was scheduled between them at WrestleMania. This match was the first match to be decided between the two of a kind against one in more than 10 years, at WrestleMania 25. The match lasted for more than 30 minutes and ended with a difficult victory for The Undertaker over Shawn Michaels. To keep Undertaker his score in the Fiesta WrestleMania is unbeaten and records his 17th victory at the festival, at the expense of Shawn Michaels. The Undertaker disappeared from the screens after WrestleMania for a period of 4 months, in order to rest and treat some minor injuries that were bothering him in the thigh and hip. At the SummerSlam Festival, specifically on August 24, 2009, a match was held between CM Punk and Jeff Hardy, tables, ladders, chairs, or the so-called TLC 2009, and she was on the World Heavyweight belt, and the match ended with the victory of CM Punk. He started celebrating his belt while standing near Jeff Hardy's body. The lights flashed for a while, then the bell, of The Undertaker's music, rang, and the lights went out completely for a few seconds. When the lights came back, Jeff Hardy was gone and his place The Undertaker was lying on the ring. The Undertaker got up and grabbed CM Punk by the neck and the thorns gave him peace. He made his show move and then exited the ring. On the SmackDown shows, a match between CM Punk and The Undertaker was scheduled at the Breaking Point Festival. And the match was a surrender match. To win, the opponent must surrender, and she was on the heavyweight belt. At the Breaking Point Festival, specifically on September 14, 2009 in Montreal, Canada. The match was held between CM Punk and The Undertaker. The Undertaker made his surrender move, Hell Gate, on CM Punk and CM Punk surrendered. After a few minutes, while The Undertaker was getting ready to make his show move, SmackDown General Manager Teddy Long walked in and said that former SmackDown manager Vickie Guerrero had blocked the Hell Gate move, so the match between Undertaker and CM Punk did not end. Undertaker. Punk did a free job. The Undertaker surrendered to The Undertaker, and while he was, the bell rang and the referee declared Punk the winner. Although The Undertaker did not give in to maintain his unbeaten record by surrendering, Punk and the referee ran out of the ring. Punk stood celebrating the belt at the end of the ring and Teddy Long came out and stood next to Punk. The show has ended. A rematch was scheduled between The Undertaker and CM Punk at Hell in a Dungeon for the World Heavyweight Championship, and The Undertaker won the match and became the World Heavyweight Champion. A fatal four-way match has been scheduled at WWE Bragging Rights, bringing together Batista, CM Punk, Rey Mysterio and The Undertaker for the World Heavyweight Championship series on November 23. A triple match was held for the World Heavyweight Championship belt between the title holder The Undertaker and the champion teams Big Show and Chris Jericho, and the match ended with the receipt of Big Show from The Undertaker movement, The Gate of Hell, to keep The Undertaker on the World Heavyweight Championship. In Elimination Chamber 2010, he lost the heavyweight belt to Chris Jericho after Shawn Michaels intervened and set a match between them at WrestleMania 26, in which the Interceptor won, thus increasing the balance of the legendary Undertaker to 18-0 without defeats, after which Shawn Michaels retired and bid farewell to the rings. The Undertaker Return and Injury, 2010. The Undertaker returned after his strong match with Shawn Michaels, where the new World Heavyweight Champion Jack Swagger in Raw challenged the
وفي النهاية أرجو أن أكون قد أوصلت المعلومة بسهولة ويسر. لا تخرج قبل أن تشرفنا بوضع بصمتك. لا تخرج قبل أن تشرفنا بوضع بصمتك. ولكم مني جزيل الشكر والتقدير. في حفظ الله.